What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So in this video, I wanted to talk to you about getting a credit card with no history. And people talk about this type of stuff, getting a credit card with low credit score. I believe I have a video on it. Must have credit cards for low scores or average scores or poor scores, things like that. But this is no history. No history is so difficult to get a credit card. I had trouble with it when I was in college. I applied for so many different cards because I thought that if you apply based on what your potential is, then you would get approved for a credit card. But that's not the case. You have to have credit history. It goes by that, and it's just difficult. So I applied for student credit cards, got denied for them, ended up getting a secured card, and went from there. So I wanted to talk to you about getting a credit card with no history. And before I start, make sure you hit the like button on this video. Also hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one. And I do a giveaway every single week. So if you want to know about that giveaway, make sure you stick around to the end of the video to hear all about it. Now, I wanted to talk about cards that you basically will have an instant approval for, that you will always get approved for. But I do want to talk about the fact that people have no history out there. There are college students that have no history. There are people that, have always been with just a bank or dealt with cash and just didn't have anything in credit, never wanted to have anything in credit and didn't know how to use it. And now they're getting interested. So how do you get a credit card with no history to be able to build history, to gain a credit score, to be able to gain those cards that give you a ton of rewards, like the gold card, like the Sapphire Reserve, like the platinum card, things like that. So let's get into the first option. So a student credit card. This is something that I just talked about. I got denied for a student credit card because of the fact that I had no history. So it's give or take, really. It's going to be a hit or miss. If you can apply for it and they feel like you have enough when it comes to income, then maybe they'll approve you for it. I had about $25,000 a year in income in college, and it didn't really help me out at all. And it may have been the fact that, I had, even though I didn't have credit history, I had derogatory marks because I had health problems out of high school. So having health problems, you have medical bills that you couldn't pay. So I had those go into basically a collection state, and not knowing how many went into a collection state because technically they were in my name, and it was just a whole issue. But obviously that went away, and that may have been the reason why I got denied for the student credit card. So if you have no history, make sure you go with a student credit card, try that out and see if you get denied or not. Don't try it too many times. I did that, and it just didn't help me out. I had a bunch of inquiries on my account because I applied basically like every single month, which is stupid. I didn't know about credit cards. I didn't. Now I know, but I didn't know about it. So student credit card is definitely a good option. Another one is a secured credit card. This is the one that I went with because I didn't know what was going on with my credit. It said that I have no history, and then once I had this secured credit card, it brought up the fact that I had derogatory marks. So I was able to know that. But if you don't have any history, you can't really look at your credit score. And that's a huge issue. So make sure that you get a secured card, get history, and go from there, because you may not know why you're getting denied, kind of like me. Another thing is you can consider a retail card. These retail cards can actually give you really good value, and they can approve you to be able to have a credit line. Now, some of them won't do it. Some of them have a higher threshold and say, no, you have to have history. But you can go for different cards and figure that out. But I would recommend going with the first two over this. That's something that's not how you're really going to be instantly approved for a retail card. A lot of them have higher thresholds nowadays, so it's something that has changed from in the past. So you can definitely check it out to see if you will be approved for it, because you may be more likely to be approved for a retail card than a regular unsecured credit card from like Capital One or Citi or American Express or Chase. I couldn't think of credit card companies for some reason. But yeah, try that out. But I recommend only once, and make sure you just don't go for like a jewelry credit card, because you might not get approved for that because you have to have a certain amount of income for jewelry credit cards. But still, retail cards, check them out. Try one. If you can't get it, then I would recommend going the secured card. I always recommend that. Another way is become an authorized user. You actually get credit information added to your account if you are an authorized user. So that's 100% true, and it's great. It's great and bad because then Chase recognizes that like you're an authorized user, and you will have one card come out of 524 if you care about that situation. Also, Amex, you'll have that card on your credit card history, and they'll know that you have that card. So that's where it comes into play, and you may not be able to reap all the benefits, be able to bring in all the benefits from these credit cards. So become an authorized user. That's one way of getting something on your credit report. You obviously have to have like a wife or um, a spouse or a parent or something that will be able to put you on that account. Now, the last one is you can actually get an alternative credit card. Um, I was a little confused about this, but alternative credit cards basically consider other things like banking history. That's a good thing because a lot of people have banks, but they don't want to move into that credit card area to where they're basically using money and paying it back. That's where they don't want to get into. But one that they brought up was pedal, and this was very interesting. Now, I'm not going to go through all the details. I'm just going to show you here. So I have it up. That's not it. So I have it up. There's pedal right there, and obviously they have a great website for the card, but basically it's a modern way of approving. It's not just going off of credit history, also banking history, making sure you're a reliable person, that you can pay your bills on time, that you have enough money in your bank account, things like that. They can prove that you have enough money in your bank account. So this is definitely a good alternative for it. You can get 1% to 1.5% cash back, a credit limit of $500 to $10,000, APR of about average, no fees, which is a good thing. You can go with the app that they have, and this is more of getting into a review, but maybe I can go into a full review for this card because it seems like they give you something that you wouldn't normally get with other cards, and if you have no history, it's good for you, right? So yeah, that's my video, guys. I just wanted to talk about these credit cards so that the people that don't have any history, any credit history, can be approved for, a credit card, can be able to use a credit card and gain credit and be able to be approved in the future for, the gold card or the blue cash preferred card by American Express, or, the Chase Sapphire Reserve or the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Freedom card. You can be approved for all of these cards because you have a card and you have history. And I want you to be able to have history and be able to use the credit the right way. I recommend going with the secured card over any of these. The pedal card definitely looks pretty interesting, but I would recommend going with a secured card because it teaches you the ropes, it teaches you things you don't know, and you're using your own money really. So that's my video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, also hit the subscribe button. Remember that I do a giveaway every single week. I give away 2 Amazon gift cards at the end of the week, and all you have to do in order to enter that giveaway is comment on this video, like this video, and also subscribe to both of my YouTube channels. Subscribe to this one, my Matthew Perry channel, and subscribe to this one, the Perry Experience podcast channel. So if you do that, you get 1 ticket in the hat, but if you want multiple tickets, just comment and like on all 7 videos that I post for this week, and you'll get 7 tickets in the hat. 7 is the max. So thank you so much. I'm going to have to get out of here, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.